There's so many things that we can unpack there, and I want to pack something for the listeners. One is the fact that you trusted your gut, right? You was about to sign the contract, and Udi from Gong was on here last week, and he said something similar to that. When you know it's right, always trust your gut. And your gut said, no, if I sign this paperwork, this is probably going to be my life. I'm going to be complacent. Like, this is my ceiling, right? This could be my ceiling. And then you just said, I'm going out on a limb, taking my money, and I'm going to go. And that's what makes you a great marketer. Because then you've traveled and you got to know people and understand those particular markets, so you know how to market to them when you're at those particular, you know, the specific brands, right? So I always tell everybody, I think the best marketers are creatives and people who worked in the hospitality industry. So like for me, I was a waiter. So my big thing, in order for me to eat, man, I was making minimum wage. I had to create the best damn experience at your table. I would sit there as soon as you sip water, there's a straw, what's that, whatever the hell it was, right? I would use it, you know what I mean? Whatever it was, I'd make sure you have I give you 5-star experience, and we're at Dallas BBQs where the meal is probably like $50. You know what I mean? So it was what it was, man. And I got so good at it after a while, I would have a waiting room, like a waiting line. Like, yeah, I'm waiting for Jared's table because he's going to make sure he's going to give me a little extra shot glass. You know, he's going to do something special for me, and he's going to make it right. So I think that's really key. And then another thing that you mentioned was the content distribution aspect, right? So you as a journalist and as a creative, you're like, look, I'm doing all this work. I'm making this content, right? But what the hell? Is anybody seeing it? So let me talk to the people who are actually distributing the content, and let me talk to social, and then you just connected the dots. So that's insane. I love it.
And I got that, and it's weird because I think I got that from my, well, I think I always tell my wife, I think I get everything from my years working as a chef in a kitchen. Because when you're working in a kitchen, you get the agile framework, right, that you now use all over marketing.
Yep.
you build work ethics, but you build a sort of a real agile workflow because you're forced to it, because that's the nature of kitchen work, right?
Line cooks,
so
different. Yeah,
exactly. You learn organization, you learn work streams between different departments, right? Different stages of product, and like you said, content distribution in a certain way. That's what kitchen work is. So I think that really shaped my career, and it made me just a better worker overall, because it taught me the value. It also taught me the value of a desk job.
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
What?
I know, right?
You just said a choir, brother. When I got my first little 40K salary, woo! I ain't letting that go.
That's
Never
exactly
ever.
it. I feel lucky, and I tell that to everyone. You know, people that I now mentor and people that I sort of that work for me in different teams, and I always tell them, these are younger guys, and I tell them, listen, if you've never had a blue-collar job, you're going to struggle to get to be thankful every day for not being sweating in a kitchen doing 16-hour shifts.
Oh man.
Because when you do that, you know, after 4 or 5 years, it starts to break you, right?
For sure.
You have to be incredibly resilient. And that's, I mean, what I have now, it's easy.